Hello everyone, Victor Tantic here, and welcome to the Reddit Railway. Today's destination is r/relationships, so all aboard! I have this vegan co-worker, we'll call her Vegan. She's very active on Facebook and in the office. She talks about being vegan and how cruel farming is and all that. Whatever, each to their own. I don't necessarily disagree with her views on animal cruelty, but here's the thing. I'm a hunter. Not a trophy hunter, but I do shoot feral pigs, rabbits, game ducks and foxes. They kill native wildlife and farm animals, and farmers will often put you up on their property for free to hunt them. I also practice ethical hunting, meaning I give the animal a fair chance and I don't use dogs or any tracking devices. I practice my marksmanship and dispatch prey quickly and humanely without wasting any meat. None of that is obviously good enough for Vegan. When she first came onto the team and told everyone she was vegan, I kept my mouth shut about my hunting, but she did find out about it. In every conversation I've had with her since, she's made a reference to hunting and how cruel it is. One time I wore a leather skirt to work and she had a go at me for wearing animal products. She seems to have singled me out because I go hunting. My boss has no spine. I've tried talking to him about this, but Vegan intimidates him and makes it seem like she's being persecuted. She even tried to get a vegan shelf in the fridge and attempted to rope in a couple of Hindu co-workers who happen to be vegetarian. They pointed out they used milk, cheese and honey in their cooking. They also think she's nuts. I should also point out she preaches about how going vegan will help treat whatever ails you, and she always turns her nose up at people who eat meat in the lunchroom. It's gotten to the point where we exclude her from just about everything, including going out for drinks on Friday nights. I don't organize this, a co-worker does, and he doesn't invite Vegan because she managed to piss him off. He's from Peru and has eaten guinea pigs. Vegan once asked him if he'd eaten any of his other pets. For the record, he never ate a guinea pig that was a pet. In Peru, they raise certain types of guinea pigs to be eaten. The other day, my boss told me Vegan was feeling left out, and she seems to think it's my fault. I told my boss I don't organize anything except official events, and she's always been invited. If she isn't invited to anything outside of that, like the drinks night, it's not my problem. Whenever Vegan brings up hunting, I immediately ask her if she wanted to talk about anything work-related. If not, I would start talking to someone else or walk away. I have asked her multiple times to keep conversations work-related. I never start a conversation with her at all. She just pounces on me when I'm in the kitchen making tea, getting water, or just stretching my legs. It all came to a head in our team meeting today when our boss asked if anyone had anything further to add. Vegan sarcastically asked me how many lives I'd taken last weekend. I got annoyed. I said she was discriminating against me because of my hunting and my choice to eat meat. I asked her to never engage with me in conversation anymore unless it was strictly work-related. Vegan seemed a bit shocked by that. My boss looked uncomfortable, but said fair enough. I thought that was the end of it, but right before our boss was about to close the meeting, two other co-workers made the same request to Vegan. Again, the boss looked uncomfortable, but asked Vegan to respect their wishes and close the meeting. Vegan didn't look anyone in the eye after that, but headed straight to the bathroom. My boss was trying to get one of the co-workers to see if she was okay, and one of them eventually checked up on her. She was in a cubicle and asked to be left alone. She eventually came out and asked my boss to leave early, which she did. I feel awful now. She embarrassed me in front of my team with the lives taken comment, so I pushed back. I'm caught between not wanting her to be miserable and not wanting anything to do with her. A few of my co-workers and I ended up in a conference call with HR, who basically said being subjected to unwanted advice and jabs about eating meat was not okay. They said some mediation was in order to cut the tension in the workplace. The HR rep then called my boss, who explained what happened in the team meeting. I don't know what to do. Easy. Nothing. You have no reason to feel bad, OP. Your co-worker brought this on herself. If she wants to be vegan, that's her right. But she doesn't have the right to criticize those who aren't. That's the quickest way to get people to hate you, as does giving unsolicited medical advice, coercing vegetarian employees, and making ignorant remarks about another culture's cuisine. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. People like this give all vegans a bad name, and it doesn't help when they're practically being enabled by ineffective managers. At least action is being taken, and it sounds like HR is on OP's side. There is an update, so let's see what happened. So the meeting happened on Friday. The HR lady was very much the let's all get along type. She was very enthusiastic and eager to mediate with buzzwords and talk about feelings. HR contacted me and I told them to get Vegan's perspective first, so she couldn't complain about not getting a chance to express her point of view. So Vegan, boss, and HR had a meeting. I'm pretty sure Vegan made it seem like she'd been bullied, which was pretty much what I expected. Then the rest of us were called into a meeting with HR. One of my co-workers is a cancer survivor. She said how Vegan kept giving her unsolicited, medically unsubstantiated advice on cancer treatment and prevention. HR and my boss started looking uncomfortable and concerned. A few other co-workers also mentioned unsolicited advice. My Peruvian co-worker brought up cultural insensitivity and the eating your pets comment. Also, I found out about something she said to one of my Hindu co-workers. She told him veganism would make him a better Hindu because it eliminated all animal cruelty or some crap. A few people started laughing at this. I then told HR about my experiences with Vegan. I said talking to Vegan was stressful and demoralizing. Then the mediation began. Vegan was brought in and the other co-workers left. I basically repeated what I had said to Vegan with HR and the boss present. I told Vegan I respected her lifestyle choices and how passionate she was about making a change. I told her it was fine if she didn't agree with my lifestyle choices, but it was unfair of her to single me out and harass me for it. Vegan said what I was doing was morally unconscionable and she didn't believe in exploiting animals. I told her that her iPhone, her clothes, and her computer were all produced via human exploitation. Vegan's response to all this was, "It's still murder." HR looked annoyed and said that Vegan wasn't trying to find a middle ground. So I turned to HR and said that's why I suggested we keep things strictly work-related, because there was no middle ground. We all begrudgingly agreed on this point. It was jotted down in the mediation minutes and emailed to all involved. The boss later called us into a meeting around lunchtime and said this had been a good team bonding experience. But it had come to his attention that there was unsolicited health advice and cultural sensitivity issues in the team. He announced we would be discussing these points in our next meeting. For the time being, we needed to focus on work and keep our spirits up. The next day, I gave Vegan a cheerful good morning. She didn't respond. She just handed me a file and left, kind of grunting when she did. I'm just going to keep it civil and let Vegan dig her own hole. I feel a bit sorry for her. I think she feels attacked, but at least the mediation got her off my back for the time being. You know, this story reminds me of a former co-worker. Several years ago, I was sitting next to her in the break room eating KFC for lunch. After I finished, I noticed she looked a little uneasy. I thought she was sick, so I asked her if she was okay. She told me she was vegan. I apologized for eating meat so close to her, but she was fine with it. She said she didn't mind. She wasn't upset, offended, or angry. She didn't go to my manager or HR and didn't make a big deal out of it. The vegan in this story could benefit from her example. I don't see her lasting much longer at this job. She's clearly a true believer, and those kinds of people can never keep their mouths shut for long. And as for the boss being suddenly made aware of these problems, fuck you, mate. And with that, I'll end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.